Hey everybody, welcome
To our real estate
Coldwell
rundown.
Banker team social media challenge. We're going to be answering some real estate questions for you, and we're going to start right now. Here you go.
Okay.
Am I supposed to be able to read this?
Yeah, oh, it's so tiny.
All
Gosh,
right. Oh, okay. Can you provide examples of successful marketing strategies you've used to sell properties in the past? Yes, I can. Depending on the particular listing, marketing strategies, are kind of custom made for each particular property, depending on its location, its size, its attributes, its features that it has. Obviously, being in our coastal community, we do a lot of waterfront or water view property. And so we specifically try to target our marketing to, the coastal publications that come out where we feature some of the listings with the attributes. We do some neighborhood call arounds and mailings to let everyone know that the property in their neighborhood will be coming on the market, and that if they had somebody that was interested, we would want them to let them know about it. Oftentimes we find in a small community like this, somebody in the neighborhood has a friend or a relative that would be interested in that same neighborhood that the listing's coming on at. So that's just a couple examples of strategies that we use when we list. But again, it's custom tailored to the property and those attributes that it has.
Thank you. Who wants to go next? Dee?
I like that. Do you go? What advice do you have for sellers looking to prepare their homes for listing and maximize their sale price? Great question. It's very important prior to putting your house on your market to walk through, hopefully with your broker that can help you determine what things you might need to do, whether it's some painting to spruce it up, decluttering, making sure that everything is pristine. I think those are some of the big ones as far as interior wise. If for some reason you needed to spruce up your kitchen or bathroom, there's a number of things that you can do that's not too expensive. We also have a Revitalize program that is Coldwell Banker has that will help you get either fixing up the windows or outside. So your first impressions when you walk in to the house is a good one. And outside in the spring, right now we're in springtime, putting flowers, making outside look really pretty and attractive. But I'd say really walking around your house and identifying the things that need a little sprucing up. It might be painting corners around doors that are chipped that you didn't notice regularly. It could be decluttering, which is a really big factor as well. So hopefully those are a couple of ideas.
Yeah, that Revitalize program is awesome because
Yeah.
you don't have to come up with the money up front to make the repairs.
And they have a number of subcontractors that would be able to come into your house and do the things that are necessary. And like Al said, you don't have to pay for it up front. It's after the sale is completed that the money would be taken care of then.
Okay, Matt.
Can you provide examples of recent successful transactions you handled? I'm going to give this one to Jim.
No. I want you to answer this question.
I'm actually new to the business.
Okay,
so
great.
I'm looking forward to my
Doing a
first.
deal.
All right. So what are you going to do to make your first transaction successful?
I'm going to do everything I can to help my client have a smooth and successful transaction.
Perfect.
I like that. That is perfect.
See, and he works under pressure.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, I do not.
Well, I don't want to be last because I'm going to take
No,
that.
you can go next. I'll go last.
No, because I might go last anyway.
What are some common pitfalls or mistakes that first-time homebuyers should avoid? Interesting one. Well, I think the first thing is if you are buying a house, you always want to have your pre-approval. So that's very, very important. You don't want to go shopping around and getting your hopes up and then, not have your pre-approval and then you don't get your dream house. So I think the first step for a first-time homebuyer is always to get your pre-approval, have someone that you trust, and that way you can go out and know how much you can spend. I think also the inspection is very important. So you want to make sure that you have a good inspector lined up. So somebody that can help you take a look at the house, make sure it looks okay. I know in this market, sometimes home inspections are waived. So I think it's really important to figure out your comfort level with that. Or maybe you have somebody that could come with you to look at a house, to look through it so that you know that everything's okay, the roof is okay, the waste pipe is okay, that there's no mold, there's no asbestos, there's nothing wrong with the foundation. That's probably the biggest one, is you want to make sure you have a solid foundation. And you want to make sure that you have a really good realtor. I mean, that's the number one thing, I think, to align yourself with somebody that you like and you feel like you can go home shopping with, and someone that
Did you
listens to
notice she looked at me when she said that?
somebody that's available, somebody that knows the market. So I think if you do those things.
That
You would be
that
good.
was a pretty easy question, so I'm going to ask you a follow up.
Okay, go ahead.
I've gotten my pre-approval.
Yep.
We're making an offer on a house.
Uh-huh.
I'm so excited about this prospect that I want to quit my job and buy a new car. Should I do those things?
No.
Why
You
not?
do not buy a new car, because
But I have a
you get-
pre-approval already.
That's a very good question. If you get a pre-approval and you go to buy a house, you cannot make any large purchases in between putting your offer and the deal closing, because it will change how your credit looks to the lender, and it could jeopardize
I want to roll up to my new house in a new.
your
Cadillac.
house purchase. I will say the biggest thing that people do sometimes is they buy
Buy
new
furniture.
appliances, or they buy new
Right.
furniture, and they're
And
like,
that's
oh,
going to mess us up.
I'm
Yep.
so
Yeah,
proactive.
no new
I
lines
have
of credit
everything.
before the
No,
closing.
keep everything the same. Don't buy anything. Just get into your new house. That's a good question.
How long have you been working real estate?
That's a good one.
Oh.
So, I got my broker's license in 1979 when I was teaching. And throughout the years, I kept up my certification, but never did anything in the business until my children had grown up and out of the house. And I finally knocked on a Coldwell Banker door, and to a friend who was a manager. And so we started, so she let me into that office in Salem at the time. And so I've been very grateful and privileged to be a part of Coldwell Banker. I know it's it's an international company. One of the things I really like about Coldwell Banker is that they have amazing training and updating, and they're always know what's going on in the industry. And I think we are coworkers. That's right. So I know that we're far above and beyond what other companies do, because I have been invited to join other companies, but I feel as though Coldwell Banker is the best company to be with. It's a wonderful company, not only because of what they offer you, but it's also a wonderful working place. I find the agents to be very generous, very supportive, and always ready to be helpful. And I think I really like being in real estate because I get a lot of satisfaction working with my buyers and sellers, and I feel as though they're grateful and appreciate what I do for them, and I think I show them that I have the knowledge and service to provide for them, and the integrity and the what do I want to say?
I wasn't listening. Sorry.
The knowledge and the service and integrity and the expertise.
Great.
Thank you.
All right, so we're done.
All right.
Wait,
yeah.
no.
job.
You
What
have to do
happened?
yours.
Oh, you caught on.
Yeah.
It was she was paying
shoot.
attention.
I was
All
gonna
right.
watch the eclipse.
Okay.
Right? It's almost all dark out.
Yeah.
Glasses ready.
Okay. What is your favorite pizza topping? Well, it's no. It says, this is what I was not expecting. How do you handle client concerns or conflicts during the buying or selling process? And what steps do you take to ensure customer satisfaction? Okay.
Whiskey.
Huh?
Whiskey.
Well, listen, like anything, you have two people, you have an extremely large transaction, in a lot of cases, the largest transaction that people will make in their lifetimes. So there are going to be nerves and, fears and anxiety and nitpicking to the nth degree. So I think, unfortunately, there will be issues that come up, and the only way to do it is to tackle them one at a time. It's not life or death, okay? And you just keep your head on your shoulders. You handle it calmly, and you work through it. There are going to be issues. You were expecting the homeowner to leave the chandelier and something, or the closing date got pushed, or you start negotiating the P&S and there's language in there that you weren't expecting or different. You know, you rely on the people that are working with you. You rely on your realtor, Realtor. I always add an extra. You rely on your mortgage broker, your closing attorney. These are the experts. These are the people that have been doing this for years. They're the ones that are looking out for your best interests. You have to trust them, and you have to trust yourself that you'll get through it. Because it does sometimes get very
A
stressful.
lot of hand holding, buddy.
And
Yeah.
reassuring.
Right,
Yeah.
and don't you think too that sometimes if things get sticky in a transaction, you can call someone in the office who might have
Absolutely.
dealt with something like that before? I feel like we all get into a jam where we're like,
Yeah,
this is
I
new,
mean,
I've never seen this before. This
Maybe
is
not so much
strange."
Janice,
Call Janice
because
every day.
oh no, you do every day. I think, and I don't know about other offices. You worked in a different location, but the same Coldwell Banker. I've
Right.
never worked anywhere other than Coldwell Banker, so I don't know what it's like in other offices. I think it's very collaborative here,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and with the agents that we have in this office, I don't think there's anything that someone hasn't seen.
Right.
I mean,
I would agree.
I can't picture a scenario that someone can be like,
Although it does happen. It does
Yeah.
happen where sometimes we're all like, wow, this is a new
Yeah.
one. We probably have a
Okay,
hundred
so you
years
just
of
totally
experience.
blew what I said out of the water.
I
said the exact
think
opposite.
We can handle everything.
Yeah.
As a team.
Teamwork
As a
Teamwork.
team.
makes the
Yeah.
dream work.
That's
Nice.
right.
Hey.
That's right. That's right.
So thank you for joining us for our first of 62 of these installments. We look forward to seeing you next week.